Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala barakatuh mbadi ngol kabring ali konton kabonde kibaro network ngal bismillah mo toni konton kendo wal nal badi ma pama ne ngal kibaro tombon kaboni e mobul mu yalon kay jabiro ke mola mun keta e ka fumu ye ko jeyna ba sonko ataka kibaro di andabe e QTV le atele di amuta ay tanjiro ke ko e fonnin kewol mu yalon ko e fintita ka balamba ya tandi e national assembly kabiri e bilo e mu sambaje amandia moliye abe diamu ka wo kola ate musonyi ka fumu ye ko jeyna ba sonko ay tanjiro ke ako mulu yalon ko le fintita man khoromo ke kumol la mulu yalon ko wolle di police la nun andum fana lo nya ka foko be horomo mun kela tella balambaya wato nyinna abe diamu ka wo kola aya foko those people are very irresponsible ma nya mun yalon ko woleke abe diamu ka wo kola bar kewfela aya jabi ay min fo jeyna bay alba moyla nyin kibaro nyin kono mbeduna o kacha kono kala moy kumol mul yalan ko jeyna bay kewni jeyna bay jabi golla wo kola ansi a jibe mbe fanindro kala nyamina kali tentu dron kali jeyi kali nimbara alnal badi malen pamane la baraka ba chala la moy kunyi mala
Yo, assalamu alaikum. Lamin kan fans club. Mobe soma in talato somandala o tene arabo somandala kan. Follow left up coming ka diamu menna wala mu musunemo mi malon ngamrapti QTV lemu min panel discussion o ibe wala kono damin abe protesters role blame kan ko wol ka kumol min nufo ila protest kono kawo kumoñin soso foka for protestol law actions nulle ko that they were irresponsible. See, as long as we have this kind of journalists in our country, if she is a journalist or whatever she is, the Gambia can hardly move forward. Why? If a president, a head of state, would come out to the general public and talk things that every Gambian knows he was not ready to do and certainly will not do, comes out and promise the Gambian public about that, which every child or elderly person, mature person knows that he is not going to do it because the ground for what he said has not been prepared for. For example, in the case of the supply of the general or nationwide supply of electricity to the satisfaction of all customers by 2023 has not been fulfilled. Today, the Gambians are suffering from electricity shortage than any time in their history after having it available in their houses. But the availability of electricity through cables and electricity being provided to them is totally a different story. Until today, how many percent of Gambians have electricity in their homes? we would not talk about industrial electrification because we don't have none. So I would like to ask this lady, be it a journalist or a panel guest, that was that not a lie? That was a lie. But I hardly hear from these protesters that they utter any word called liars, liars. And that was a lie. And anyone who supports the president, especially within the government system, should be called liars because they support somebody who lied, who continues to lie to his people. In the same vein, I would like to tell this journalist or guest of the panel discussion that before she blames these protesters for spewing out their anger, which was clearly evident, whatever they were saying was true. Because we have seen tens and hundreds of high-profile corruption cases that have never at any time been dealt with. There are no attempts from the government to even deal with them. Instead, he is promoting those culprits of corruption whose corruption is clearly evident to the little child in primary school. I would like to ask this lady, such level of corruption by government officials that are going scot-free from any punishment, how would we call those government officials or that government led personnel has? I think we can only call them thieves because there is clear thievery on their part to steal public property, public funds, left, right, and center. Here in Europe, every demonstration that has been organized, if the people gather together, everyone comes there. Who comes there? Talks about the issue that brought him there. For example, this G20, G7, G whatever, G8 summits, wherever they are organized, some would come there because of these environmental disturbances that are being created by governments because of their so-called industrial developments. Some would come there for that purpose, and they would talk about that openly. They would insult the politicians in front of the police, in the face of the police. But the police would only listen because of a word that somebody would utter to the police to the politicians, they would listen. In fact, after having listened to those words, they would go, even the high ranking of the police, they would go and arrange for a meeting as to how they deal with those issues when they come to light. How would they deal with them? Just to, but more to appease the demonstrators, because they are showing their anger. Somebody who is showing his anger on something that has happened to him, your only choice is to listen to that person and learn from what he said, so that you can find solutions or a solution for that person as to what he or she was complaining about. But this journalist, Gambia, is very sad. You see, I have difficulty to talk, but if I listen to some of these utterances that come from people who the public listens to, public platforms, I feel totally disgusted as to what kind of brain, which kind of schools these people attend. And these are exactly mostly the types of people that are given public platforms to utter their nonsensical, senseless, I don't know how to even describe it. So we can see, as Gambians, as to the level of those we accept in our mainstream politics, or even, society. These are the people that are given more opportunity to address the Gambian public. How would we think that such people being given the platform to address our public would take us forward, because they only show their open support to the government, even though that government that is every day offending the public that they are supposed to represent, to better their lives, to defend them in every aspect for the betterment of their lives, are the ones that have become the main problems of the lives of those people that put them there. But restraint is being emphasized as to the words used on those people. But restraint is not being emphasized from those so-called public officers who were supposed to serve Gambians, but instead spewing out disrespectful utterances to those public, to that same public. See, that is why I have always said, Gambia, the reason why Gambia's development has turned to deterioration is because we have turned things upside down. The people that we are supposed to blame for their misconduct are the ones that are being praised, and the ones that are supposed to be praised are being, one way or the other, demoralized, belittled, and all kinds of nonsense being uttered on them. And exactly this is why the life, both political and social, of Gambia has turned upside down. Contrary to how it used to be. Because of such kind of people, and they are given chance, or them being given chance to be the voices of largely public platforms. Just like I said before, to utter their nonsense thoughts that even a little man would be able to judge as to the stupidity, the level of stupidity these people are. It is very, very sad. Yo, assalamu alaikum kodake mbadingol. Comme diamo be koleari nyaawonya. Barhan say ci findi nang pour que ñin tala nimbadingol tema. Muso min ngaje abe diamo kan one of the TV stations later. I believe it was QTV. That means abe abe panel discussion suñol lel kono ngamira. That means ako molu minu tata in demonstration dula wolbe kumol minu fokan ul manyan na ul fola. That is to say, ko mol minu ka fo suñol lel mu na public officers ñolti ul manyan na ul fola. Mbare muso ñi ndeysaan comme Gambia be ñami pare ñimma mol kam mo jooju wol ni musu no fane pare fo akon de la ñi ñaar bar fende ko kono andum ya hanama dingo sonno mo ule hanama dingo ke handama dingo because wolen tol nin ñi beengol fata ni ajen gawul marano alay hakilule dindulla amamen di wolula bari bi o beengolu ibina officiala ndol hadama dingol doluti hadama dingol minnu yallon Gambia bi na korosiro fodara ki ko wolu molu ka platform di wolla pour ka banko di wolu ka ko molu fodandi ima wayandi ko yawarandi baki katugo démocratie min ndul kafo Gambia Africa Bank ko dem kan ngaje ko o nga moy minul ulam di western world America Europe bare wolbe democracy practice ke nyam min fondol fanamba a practice kan won nyamale bang pour que will sotono has to the level will be dami ici nim moy suñaro ke iba commande la ñadi sumo iba commande la ol nim moy wuli afo iba commande la ñadi le wulo so pour que ñim bare muso ka hakil bulandi adama baro min gammenol ko wala mula president ay wuli ya jelle fo gambia dingol just recently hana labanda ñin tomin kela a jama kena wuli ya folda min fo gammenol abe wol kono for 2021 for 2022 kono le bang ako 2023 la beginning o batara la gambia dingo be kurango te kila mola problem di je kotake imbota president le da meñi mbare muso ñini ngal fo ate ba fulal ko adama barola kumo e tonya la fo gambia no le wodo ba hani bayri ni ngo be kering bi gambia no be complain kan kuram famin min abe sababu kam mulla jorangu tinya kam bake fo ati nyanya maji ati nyama wojeba ka foko adama e min fo wodo faniyalem ani wo nyon ko te jamalu adama e min gambia dingoli min ya lon ko be ya lon ne ko adama te wolu kila bari ni journalist muso fo panelist o lem bang anana man nde namana moy ibe woto fola ko president ay wuli yalla fo gambia dingoli he lied ñi muso corruption no lu min bebe fo kan gambia kono left right and center just recent land minister ko malon allocation sono dole ke wala file zone anyamol je ala ministry mune o fudi corruption the same land minister bring abe tourism ngamwe les corruptions nyolu minni along is in the millions o lel filaji but fonga ñi man sakunda moyle any attempt ke pour que any individual charge for crimes. Mini alongo is financial. Mi alongo woka banko dingul ake affect le directly because kodol minnu mo kilimo kake ala jufo kon wosi mo keme mo la balu sone andi nole hanning adanda o department dronela o ministry dronela so mon min yoke ibe bitiri ngakam ibe wolu kumandi la nyaadi sungul normally wolle nyanda kala moluti mulu nyanda bulala minu no may ke bum berol la ko ikanyi sungul minu kata mol la feŋolu break because wol minu kata mol la feŋolu break not necessarily konge support le but wolawo ni yaje asiata o dolu be bulala wo kono conditiono min be larika o conditiono ni o kati nole aka dul sunyaro hanni i manke sungolti by natural behavior o character but mi na sunyaro ya tinna nyimmo min be duma o kata sunyaro la fo ikamude ka lipan wala sunyaro bu kaf nim molu kafta nyoma demonstration o momo mi yesi o demonstration dula ika wala fo ika wala complain oto ni ko nyunu mu sungoleldi there are ample evidence o CDR koy jamalel biji mini alongo isi kuma ni no sungol because sungolel muti ni nakodo ya sunya mbe kuma la nyadi mbe kuma la sungol so therefore imu sungoleldi isi kuma ni no sungol dronel ni moyo foe iye songolef iman kalle ba fulamba muso eko o utterances nyolu are even light utterances ibe minnu kekan o demonstration ndula they should have thrown stones on them inyanta bero leltale ke bungal not only ke kumandi sungul but inyanta le ke bum bero la ko ikanyi sundul minni alon ko kata wandi sukon because largely condition no be laarngul kan mi wol dunde o sunyaro kata ke kumandi sungul la o mu just I mean akamda go momi e mo fa ko ke yamuda ya nyopoti and exactly imbare muso ndeysaan Gambia wala tin nango niw kuyata munem Gambia din jama bala bita jahannam Gambia din jama ba ulil bita jahannam ya and wo te bayla ate bayla ferek because no jele many times kabrin sibodo fu ku ko den jamaldo and ndeysaan as possible nole moye findi nan mimbe ñunu salvage la par Gambia salvation no de akoleat bari mominu yal long ibe bularin kolon kono ni julo yorema pour yow julo muta e findi nan wato dolu isi julo muta ye findi nan fo kolon tema yaje julo bule jolon ko take kono nim moman soto mimbe bulala wolu nom ulu kan kolon kono ke findindi nan forcé o kan asina kole abake pour kawlu tankandi no ibe kolon min kono abe toro min laake kan pour que kanandi no woma yo lafta mbare muso ni ka inform jang mi western world ga example lolu ndo la africa bangolu ko western world system o ngala fi pour kam fom fo wolle la mimu ila démocratie ti min ya lonko ila sulo abe lori minka miyat tinna wala démocratie bambanda abe nyin kono ni molu benda itara demonstration momo mi sije ikawlaf ngamol jijan nga demonstration ol jijan G7 summits G20 G8 summits nyolu ni keta dawda mol kabo bangule karaba o bango kan abike kan dami pour y fanaye ta ituli bata kul min soto o ko mi yetul sula mi alonga bo politician no lil bulo kono pour ka solution no kala ikara ka wala ibuka dang o fole ganyum politician no nene bem ika ulka kumal fon fodo ngamra ni mi o fo gamien politician no lia ibebu nakidol and yet ndola journalist min ya longo inyanda fair deliberation on lekela in their reporting, in their comments. Ulilkana, they side with people many along, they are on the wrong side of history and try to blame those people who are on the right side of history because they have been victimized by those people that these journalists are supporting. Anikuya warabak. Wale atimna Gambia ala Kenya dunia kono ayele mata komi sando keta duma keta sando kunun Gambia be lorin kuul min kan ni aji bi o kuul be lorin Gambia kan mol min bu ko nyim musu sifalu o le asam abe man na sum fenna jama fo itol be believe ku kilin la ne kuma kendo fo mol min be sir man sa kundanya nye support ila fani akal be fenkela nyel sa yendela life sitra bedare because I'm blaming the people many alongo I should stand firm to give my support to them and you warta back so wala mu mbadi ngolu Gambia ñinol mu koldi min ya longo mu sababodi Gambia bitaka nyami bitaka na nyam abena dake wat sudun ding abena dake wala kon katugo molel be dunda system ko no nyanta kila system ko no nya imantra caring system o nyin ko no o nyam so wayatina Gambia la lifestyle na social cohesion abenu nyami ayele mata nya
yo mbadi ngol ntel la dia mote ti ala nyin ko kono kumo nyin parce que yaaje hana madin ni lafta bela ni ala me de me ka fo bela anu jamabe nyin filo kono ka fu me ko journalism filo nyin modol bi they have not only compromised the ethics of journalism but also their own integrity nyamu masi bolti de masi boba parce que yemina nyimba ko kole yam be jam fondin kele findi ko kole ale kele ite mu fondin kewti ni me kan wala no woli kamma kan inyante da soronal nyim fulole ye ida ye kan wala ka wala da soron parce que be mun fo kan banko la ko e bolo fo kan andu wo banko ida direct or indirectly ya bete ma ko ilal abe dingol le ma ko ilal abe fangol le ma ko hakilo tu balen e moli hakilo tu bake kumol mul yalon kon kafo soto banko la kola be tentro kala ni jeyro fondin kelimul be findita wollato ani min fana yalo wolbe diamo kam kal be tendo kal jey kal ni baral nal bali ma pamani la baraka ba chala la moy kunyen